Good morning, it's Tony Hayes from Paranormal Investigation UK. Today's date is the 8th of January 2022. Today we're looking at once again some footage that's been sent in from the Cheshire investigation. This goes back to I think it's the 20th of March. 20th of March. And it's just after 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. Okay, so it's a Saturday night. The owner is in the building working. Now, I had a look at this when it first came in, and I'm not quite sure what to make of this. So, that door is partly shut, and there's a sort of a coat that's hanging over the end of it. So, if we look at this, is the map of the room. There's the door. The owner's around this area. There's a small hallway, and then there's a second fire door. Now these fire doors are quite heavy. They've got these self-shutting devices to keep the door closed, tightly closed, together it's fully sealed. This door certainly begins to move. Okay, so the owner assures me that when he checked the camera, that door remained closed at all times. I can't think of any other reason, because this is beginning of March, we said it wasn't warm, why that door would just simply open and close. Now, you could argue there's rational reasons, window open, so on and so forth, some other rational reason. However, there are two distinct sounds that can be heard before it. So let's have a quick look through this particular footage. Is it a coincidence? I think what I remember right, the owner's attention gets drawn into the fact of the noises rather than the actual scene of the door. But he's looking in that area, so he's obviously presuming that's where the sound comes from.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, certainly you hear the two sounds. Well, you can hear them, and the door opens. That's obviously what's got the owner's attention. So, what's happening here? We have the rational reasons. Well, there's nothing gained by slowing the movie down because you can clearly see what's actually occurring. I have got samples of the doors closing. And you know, you tata sort of sound, this vibrating as it shuts, and then closes second or third time, so it's like that type of sound. I think the way we'll play with this one is I'm going to drag the pop it into Mixcraft, I think. The owner did investigate after he actually got the video, had a look at the type, downloaded it and sent it on to us. And he did view the other footage, and there's no one else in the building. It's 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. He had some jobs that he needed to do. No one else is in the building. Otherwise, the multiple cameras would have told him that. That was not the case. So the thing is there any other reason? had that hallway door, this one, had that been left accidentally open, then suddenly shut? I don't know. So what I suggest we do, play with this, is to look at the sounds before the capture. We may just get some answers there, what exactly that is, so we can have a little play around with that. Just make sure all the volume and everything's hooked up. Ooh, that's not helpful. Yeah, there's a sound there as well. Two sounds. That's one I think I can hear. Then the door opens. This is when the owner speaks.
Hello.
And there's other sounds in there. So let's get rid of that. Let's look at this first one first, this first rap. Oh, is that a voice? I'm consciously aware that the owner sat a chair. That's a chew. Right, okay, let's turn this lot up. See what we get. Yeah. Very little side reflection. Just that one there. That's the fundamental frequency. I'd expect to see a greater margin of frequency, but it's not quite what I call rap territory, which is generally tends to be there. I think it's two sounds. They both sound different. There's tap, 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 and they both sound very different. I'm pretty confident it's not a voice, that's for certain. If you use small amounts of amplification such as that, the frequency of it is relatively tight. The other thing as well about this is quite important. This I must remember. Let me just stop it a second. Yeah, I forgot to point out for those of you thinking it may be the other door that's opening. This door there, that door there. There's a camera here. that oversees that door. So as that door opens up, if it was caused by draft of that door opening and closing, that camera would have picked it up, and it didn't. So that's critically important. Then obviously the owner was doing some initial checks afterwards and couldn't find a rational explanation for it. So I thought that was quite important. I should have mentioned that before. Okay, so let's go back to the sound. See, the more you turn the volume up, the more background feedback you get, the more reflection. So the problem is when you begin to, if I don't amplify it, I'm actually getting a slight reflection. Well, it was for a second. Just turn it up a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm actually going to call this a tap. Tap stroke rap, because I'm just not sure. It's not rap territory. Okay, I'll just remind me what it is. When I say it's not rap territory, I'll probably analyse 900 to 1,000 raps in there. They're very distinctive. So that sort of tight frequency, if it was shifted to the left, 800 to 1,000 hertz, I would be calling it a rap. However, the first sounds like a rap, but the second doesn't. It's different. So I'm far from convinced of that one. Okay, so let's put that back to 0 again. Okay. We then get to these two, which occurs just before the door opens up. It's tap tap, then the door begins to open up. Is there anything to be gained from there? And that was with no volume whatsoever, no volume increase. Nothing on there, nothing on there. Is it a sound or is it a voice? Okay, what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to slow it down by that default 50% that I often use when I'm analysing, particularly an EVP, where they come at you at a faster tempo. I'm not sure if it's a voice or not. No. Okay, let's get a frequency copy of that. I don't know what it is. If you got any thoughts, let me know. Because in any case, a couple of seconds before the door opens up. I'm not sure. I'm not a favouring a voice on that one. Let's just put that back to standard. Well, it's hoping to get a few more sort of ideas from it, but not to be. You see, if I just loop that, I'll show you this on the frequency. And we know it's a voice. Which is completely different to that. I'm really just not sure. So we'll write that one up. I'll cover those, the actual sounds themselves, together with the fact that the door moves, and it's one. I think it's going to be one of those sort of reviews whereby you're basically saying just unexplained. You know, we've investigated as far as we can. We're not been able to find a rational reason for it, but that doesn't mean to say just because you haven't got a rational explanation that it's paranormal. So because there's nothing that jumps out to say yes it is, because there are so many rational possible explanations for it. So unexplained, and we'll close that one down and move on to the next case. So this number is movie 328. I'll see you on 329. Bye.